All right, another day in the gym, and today our main exercise is going to be bench press, but it is chest and a little bit of back. Now, before we start our bench press, I usually like to start off with our lat pull down. Why? Because I want to warm up our upper back and antagonist muscles as well too. This will also help warm up our rear delts and a little bit of our rotators as we go through the motion. So I first of all got 2 sets of lat pull down, about 12 to 15 reps. And what I've got here, guys, for you is I've written the reps and the weights that I'm going to be using for most of the main exercises, so you guys can figure out what I'm doing, and it helps you gauge as well too what weight you guys can do. So that's my second set. I increase the weights over here with my second set just to give my body a little bit of that challenge. And you can kind of see this in my face as well as the weights increase, how much harder it starts to get. But the whole point of this is not actually to train or exhaust my back, it's just to really get it activated. So when I get into the arch position, I can really activate my upper back before I get into my bench press. And then I'm also training with Kayla today as well too, so it's gonna be an epic one as well. So I'm gonna show you some highlights of her sets in while we train. So starting off with the bench press, I've got my warm up here, 60 kilos. I'm sorry for all my American fans. You guys might have to do the conversion, but in the future, I'm going to try my best to do the conversion for you guys as well too. But what I'm doing here is I'm taking my time with this, getting a nice warm up in, getting some control in as well too. This is my second warm up set, which was 80 kilos, so nothing too crazy. Again, like I want to really, really warm up into this because my working sets are 130 kilos. So it's a lot of weight for my working sets. So I got to be very careful and very mindful as well while we do this. So this is my third set, which is 100 kilos. So not too far off, just a little bit more, really, like 20 kilos more. And I'll just pre-exhaust myself as well, get all those muscles nice and warm as well, and awake before the big set gets in. Only a few reps with that one, nothing too crazy, because my first waking set is about to start now. But yes, and with this one, I've got my personal spot over here. I got Kay over here. She's going to be bicep curl on this 130 kilos if I mess up. Nah, but always get a spotter when you start to go nice and heavy. So today is 65% of my 1 rep max I'm aiming for. This went pretty smoothly actually with this first set, a lot smoother than I expected. I had a bit of nibbles in my shoulders before, so I was a little bit worried, to be honest. I didn't actually think I'd get it, but once I grabbed the bar, I was like, woo, that actually feels good. Give it a bit of a break, and also give Kay a bit of some time as well. Pretty strong. While she's doing 40 kilos as well for her 8 reps, and as you guys can see here, she's going very comfortable with this weight, which is pretty strong as well too. For a light female lifter as well too. So she's doing really, really well. Quite impressive. We've got our elbow sleeves as well too from KXK Fitness. I'll put the link in the description below just for protection. Now what I've done here is also I've got my wrist straps. I personally have found wrist straps make a massive difference, not just in strength, but keeping those wrists nice and tight as well too. So I always re-wrap my wrist wraps again because I tie them decently tight. Not too tight, but just a decent amount of tightness to keep that strength while I'm bench pressing. And, this set was actually an interesting one because I started to move around a little bit on the bench, as you guys can see, rocking up and down. So it wasn't heavy. Although it wasn't heavy, it just felt like my stability was kind of all over the place. And Kay was doing pretty well here as well too. So she went up by 2.5. And as most of you would know, even going up by, like 1 gram on the bench press is heavy. There's a massive difference as opposed to when you do that with a squat or deadlift. There's so much difference. So Kay did pretty well over here going up with the weight, and it took a bit of time to get it set up right because I was kind of changing a few things with the technique. I didn't want to get too deep into technique with it because she is got something that she's used to, and I really wanted her to get this weight first. Absolutely smash her confidence with this weight, and then I can alter technique a little bit if we needed to. But I think she was doing pretty fine for herself here. getting those weights in, challenging herself, and yeah, that was a pretty good set. So yeah, I think we were pretty happy with that, and back onto my sets again. Onto my third set, 130 kilos. Of course, gotta change the angle so you guys can see it from every single angle. It was a nice one. This one's a good one. I decided to start to work more on my setup. So with every single set, I try to change a few things. So sometimes I was rotating my wrist in, sometimes I rotate it out, trying to find out what worked really well for me. I started to go a little bit more power with these sets. So if you watch carefully, there was a bit of rocking with my body, which I kind of didn't want because I kind of wanted to be stuck to the bench. I needed to really slow it down a little bit and control the movements. Although this programming is more of a power build programming, so it's not like a full bodybuilder one where our focus is on muscle growth entirely, where we had to fully control the weight. This one is also inclusive of power, so I was also taking that into consideration. Now I carry over here, nice twisting with her palm as well, which is very advantageous for strength when you get onto the bench press. As most of you would know, that grip, this is a very common grip where you go a closer grip in, with your palm twisted in, and ensuring that you don't continuously internally rotate your shoulders. So while you're on the bench, you want to actually kind of push against it in the opposite way with your shoulders. So when there's too much pressure that's put on, you don't get an injury from your shoulders, because that can actually force an internal rotation in your shoulders and can lead to injury. That is a very interesting angle as well. I just really wanted different angles for you guys to see how my bench was going. So one of the things I've noticed from this video is how much I am actually rocking now. I start to lift my head up a little bit as well too, which I try not to sometimes because it can end up like injuring my traps. So it's very good sometimes when you film yourself, because you start to see all the little mistakes that you make with your technique, especially when you start to go heavy as well, because that's when all your flaws come out. So up to bench set number 5, I really took my setup a little bit more serious here, I reckon. But there was a little bit of a shake in the start. But after that, I got full control of the weight. My eccentrics or negatives weren't being controlled much as well. So I feel like I got quite confident in these ones. I was pretty happy with how I was going. So I was like, you know what, I'll just go for it. Now, if this was a heavier weight, that would have done me bad. That would not have been advantageous to me. So probably something I'll take into consideration for next time and make sure I try not to repeat again. Okay, this is set number 6. So yeah, this is crazy. It's a decent amount of volume here. Only 8 reps. Last week we had 10 reps and we had 10 sets. So that was pretty brutal, but it was only 110 kilos. So what you guys will probably see here is it almost feels like my range of motion is a lot smaller. I've got a little bit more of an arch in this one, and you can kind of see me squeezing my glutes and driving through my toes when I struggle. A little victory dance here. Got a little bit excited. I got that one. And the last one, this set is actually quite interesting because in my mind, I literally thought I didn't have this. So it's very. I'll leave you guys to be the judge of this one. But ideally, what happened was I didn't have enough rest in between the set, and I just wanted to go because we're kind of running out of time. And we had spent like 40 minutes on bench and lat pull downs already. So I kind of wanted to be like, look, I'll just get straight into it. My forming technique wasn't actually too bad with this one too. I think it was pretty decent. The only thing was I literally did not rest enough, and that's what's that. Oh, don't you just love it when you're recording and someone walks straight in front of your camera, even when there's lights on? But hey, that's all right. I was actually asking if you walked into my camera before. So yeah, that was a very interesting set. Now we're on to floor presses. I love this setup as well too. So if you guys ever get the chance and you have these sort of equipment at your gym, definitely set up like this for the floor press if you can. Totally safe. You can always drop the weights forward if you need to, and it's protected. So this is pretty cool with the floor presses going to accessory work as well. I'd have liked to go a little bit heavier, but we're kind of running out of time. with how much time we had, and this is life, you know. I'll tell you guys how it is. At least we got it done. So I couldn't really stack on so much weight because each time we had a rack to share, and each time I could really stack on weights, you know, it takes so much. I like that slide over there. But yeah, we still increased the weight slightly. Like, that was 90 kilo one, so not too bad. So 25 and 10 on each side, and I could just really get that nice little pause and really explosive. But it's a nice little short movement, working the upper part of our chest as well, that explosive part. But yeah, it was pretty good. Like, it was pretty comfortable, pretty easy. I had no issues at all. I'd like to know in the comments as well too if you guys have any struggles with your bench press or any struggles with your training in general, and if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments, because that's why I'm here. I want to help you guys as much as possible. So yeah, let's keep that vibe up. And this is actually pretty cool. This is 100 kilos, but it doesn't look like it because tiny 5 kilos stuck in between the 25 kilo and 10 kilo plates. So yeah. All right. We got Pendlay roids. I love Pendlay roids. Your nice little powerful, explosive movements. We had 5 reps and 3 sets on this one. This is a good one. Oh, look at my victory dance. Oh, okay, I did that too much. But I love these because it's so much fun. You know, Kay doing her Pendlay roids, 50 kilos. 5 reps, not bad. Quite big weights as well too. Very explosive. Great for strength. Amazing for our deadlift as well, and amazing for our back as well, which is an antagonist muscle to our chest, especially on chest day. So it's very good to train these and get that balance out as well too. This is my second set of 100 kilos. I was going to change the weight, but I decided to just do one more set on this one before I went a little bit more explosive. So form felt pretty good. A lot of power coming through. I couldn't complain about that. Then we got our Pendlay roids. We got 140 kilos for 5. So this was quite explosive for me, but I really liked this movement. I felt good afterwards as well too. So some big weights, comfortable, easy, and of course I had to finish off with some tricep dips. Can't go wrong with tricep dips, okay? This was just some nice high rep tricep dips as well to finish off the triceps after a very high and heavy loaded tricep day. Give us a little bit of a pump and feel good overall. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video as well too. So obviously this is my set 2 of bench dips. Don't forget to leave anything in the comments below. Whatever questions you guys think. I'm also doing my 60-day live stream, so every single day I am on live. So come on, join me. Let's have some fun. Let's talk it out. And yeah, I want to help you guys as much as possible too. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. I appreciate you, fam. Your boy is out. Peace.